Hey everyone, I've just hit 300 subscribers and I just wanted to say a big thanks to everyone who's subscribed lately and has jumped on and supported me. It's really great. I love making these videos, and to have people tuning in and checking me out is really amazing. So thank you very much. So I've decided to do another 5 hidden riffs. So these are riffs that you may not think of when you think of this band, or you may not be aware of the band, but they're riffs that I really like, and yeah, just a bit left of center. So before we jump into it, just let you know that you can now support me on Patreon. There's a link below and a video there explaining what it all is. But anyway, here are the riffs. Alright, so riff 1 is from a band called Cornelius, Japanese band that I adore. They've got some really great albums, and the track that this album comes from is called Point, and the track is I Hate Hate. It's a pretty crazy track, lots of noise, kind of like blast beats and sort of thrashy, noisy sections, but then there's just this oasis of this really cool riff, and it just feels like just a little bit of serenity in the middle of all this noise and chaos. Anyway, here's the riff. Alright, so for this Cornelius tune, you're going to need to tune down your 3rd string, your G string, down to an F sharp, so just down a half step, and then we're going to capo the 2nd fret. And we're going to learn sort of 3 individual melody lines that are laid on top of each other. So the first of these, this one, it's just 6 notes. So we're tapping with our right hand, 1st finger tapping on the 7th fret from the capo. So typically your 9th fret, but 7 from the capo. It's all relative to the capo. So tap that, then release it, pull off to open. Then tap 2nd fret, still on the 3rd string, with your 1st finger, your left hand. Whoop. And then we're going to tap 7th fret on the 2nd string with our 1st finger of our right hand. Open again, open 2nd string, and then hammer on to the 6th fret from the capo with our 2nd finger on our left hand. So you get and repeat that for the duration of the riff. The second part to layer on top of, we're starting up here on the 16th fret, so on the 3rd string. So we're going to go with our 1st finger on our right hand, tap 16 on the 3rd string, pull off to open 3rd string, hammer onto 14th fret with our left hand on the 3rd string. Then we're going to hammer on 14th fret on the 2nd string with our 2nd finger, pull off to open, so open 2nd string, and then hammer on with our 2nd finger on our right hand onto the 16th fret on the 2nd string. So you get it's a bit messy, but that's how that riff is played. And then the 3rd part of the riff, I play with a pick. We're starting up here. So 1st string, 15th fret, then 14, 16 on the 2nd string, and then we're going to go 20, 18 on the 1st string. So you get and you just play that. So that's all of that riff. Just letting you know that the power chord that you hear underneath is an E flat power chord that you hear sort of panned left to right. But that's riff 1. Alright, so riff number 2 is by a band called The Truth, and the track is My Heavy Friend. It's this early 90s Australian sort of funky rock track. It's really great. I learnt it when I took guitar lessons from a really great guy, Dan Calabro, really great guitarist, teacher. And yeah, he showed me this track and taught me how to play it in one of my lessons many years ago. And it's one that I've just always loved since then. It's really super fun, upbeat. I played it in a couple of bands that I played in, and yeah, it's really great. I can't say that enough. Here it is. Alright, so for this riff, My Heavy Friend, so we're doing a lot of sort of muting with our left hand. So we're like striking a lot of strings with our right, and then just hearing one string fretted. So this first bit, we're sort of doing a muted downstroke, and then we're just going to be playing 5th fret on the 4th string, up to 7th fret, and then open 5th string. Then we've got this little, which is just 5th fret in the 4th and 3rd strings, and then 4th fret on the 4th string, and 5th on the 3rd. So you're just moving that back one string on the 4th. Then we hear, which is just, again, we're doing upstrokes, muting all the strings except the one that we want to hear, which is the 4th string. So 5th fret again. Then we do same again, 7th fret, open 5th. And this, we hear this little, which is same little move as before. So we've got 5 on the 4th and 3rd strings. Back, so you've got 4 and 5. But this time we just do take that off. So now we're hearing 4th fret on the 4th and 3rd strings. So we've learned that so far. Then we've just got this little turnaround bit. It's a classic blues rock sort of thing. So just 7th fret on the 3rd and 2nd string. Just do a bit of a crazy wacky bend. And then back to 5th fret on the 3rd and 2nd string. Then just play the riff again. And that's the riff. Alright, so riff number 3 is by a band called Tomahawk. It's the first of 2 bands in this list to feature Mike Patton on lead vocals, one of my favourite musicians. And this riff, really slinky riff, I love how you physically play it. It's just like one finger after the other, just keeps snaking through. And it's just this really sneaky, slinky, dirty sounding riff. It's called Oddfellows, by the way. Here it is. Alright, so this Tomahawk riff, just in standard tuning, and we're playing in 7, so we're doing a group of 3 and then a group of 4, and then it repeats. So that's all we're playing, and then just repeating it. So with our 2nd finger on our left hand, 3rd fret on the 6th string, hammer on to the 4th, then we're going to play 5th fret on the 4th string, and then we go 2nd fret on the 5th string, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, and then we hammer on from 4 to 5 on the 5th string, sorry, and then repeat. And that's the riff. Pretty straightforward in terms of fingering, but the rhythm can be a bit tricky and trip you up if you're not focusing on it, so just watch out for that. Riff number 4 is by one of the great prog bands of all time, King Crimson. Some of their latest stuff, though, this is off the album The Power to Believe, and the track is called Facts of Life. Really cool main riff. It's just the same riff moved around in different positions. But this riff that I'm showing you is part of the sort of the solo section, the really proggy bit in the middle. and every time it comes to this bit in the song, I absolutely love it and love playing along with it. It's really fun. So here it is. Alright, so this King Crimson riff, we'll start with the lower guitar first. So this is our first little movement that we do. So we're starting 3rd fret on the 5th string, pull off to 1, then we go 3, 2 on the 6th string, then we walk back up, so we go 3 on the 3rd string, on the lower string, 1 on the 5th, then 3, then 4, and then 1st fret on the 4th string. So the first bit of this riff. Then we repeat quite a large portion of this first bit. So we're starting off doing the same 3 to 1 pull off. So all that's the same up till we get to the 4th fret on the 5th string, but this time we just go back down, which is just 3 and then 1 on the 5th string. So the first half of this riff. Then we repeat the first section. And then the second section. So it's just the same bit, same riff repeated. And that's the lower half. Then for the harmony higher bit, so same rhythm and everything as the lower part. We're just starting up on the 3rd string, get that right eventually, 3rd string, 12th fret, pull off to 10, then 12, 11 on the 4th string, then like we do at the bottom, we walk back up. So we go then back to 12 on the 4th, then we go 10, 12, 13 on the 3rd string, and then 11 on the 2nd string. Then we repeat most of this like we do down the bottom. We repeat up to there, and then we just go back 12, 10 on the 3rd string. And then as we do down the bottom, we just repeat this whole thing, so you're playing it twice through. I think this is in 11 as well, just to make it even trickier to get your head around. And there's polyrhythms and stuff going on underneath, but the track is linked below, so if you want to check it out, I would highly recommend doing that, and it'll help get your head around the track as well. And track number 5 to bring us home is the second Mike Patton band, and it's Mr. Bungle. It's from their first album from 1990 or 91, and the track is called Carousel. It's the opening little riff that you hear at the start, played by Trey Spruance, the guitarist of the band. Really amazing band, 3 very different, distinct albums, and yeah, genre spanners. They just cover every genre under the sun. But this one's kind of weird circus clown metal. It's creepy and it's cool, and here it is. Alright, for this Mr. Bungle riff, just in standard tuning, and we're pretty much just moving the one chord shape around for the vast majority of this riff. It's the little Stairway to Heaven minor chord shape. So what it is, in this position anyway, we've got our 3rd finger, 7th fret on the 4th string, and then we're barring the top 3 strings in the 5th fret. So we're doing that. Then we just put our pinky finger down on the 7th fret on the 1st string. Then we do the same thing, move it over 3 frets though. So we've now got our third finger on the 10th fret, 4th string, barring the top 3 in the 8th fret. Do the same thing, so little up, down, up strum, and then put our pinky down on the 1st string, 10th fret. Slide it back to where we started. Pinky down again at the end. Move it back 1 fret, so now you've got 6, and then barring 4th fret on the top 3 strings. Do the same thing, so down, up, then 1 quick strum with the pinky down on the 1st string. Then we go back. So far, we've got this. Back to where we started. So in the 7 and 5. Then we slide up, so we've got our third finger on the 13th fret, 4th string, and then barring the top 3 in the 11th. Do the same thing. Down, up, pinky down, directly below our third finger, so in the 13th fret. Then we've got this at the end of the riff. So, first shape is exactly what we've been playing. The same shape that is. So, third finger, 4th fret on the 4th string, barring the top 3 strings in the 2nd fret. Then we're going to be barring with our third finger, the top 3 strings, 4th fret, and we're going to be hearing 3rd fret on the 4th string. Then with our pinky, we're going to bar the top 3 strings in the 5th fret and hear the bass note for the chord, 2nd fret on the 4th string. Back to that 2nd chord, so we've got 3 in the bass, barring the top 3 strings on the 4th fret, and then we do that to the end. So you're hearing this in the bass, and you're hearing in the sort of the harmony for that chord. And that's the riff. So that's all the riffs. Hope you enjoyed the video, and big thanks again to everyone who has subscribed so far. Hope to see more of you and your friends on the channel and having a chat. That'd be great. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them below and I'll try and get to them. Like I said at the top of the video, you can now support me on Patreon. There's a link just below that you can check out there. And yeah, thanks again so much. I'll see you in the next video.